Hey YouTubers, Grimmy here, and today we're taking a video review of the Voltron Classics 23-inch Voltron figure. We got all the lions together now. It's time to bring them together and form Voltron. But we're going to start off with a quick comparison of the 5 lions. As you can see, they are huge, taking up the entirety of my little studio here. Now we got Alora or Sven's blue lion, Lance's red lion, Keith's black lion, Pidge's green lion, and Hunk's yellow lion. And we're going to get these guys transformed up just like that. And you may notice I haven't transformed the black lion yet. That's because I'm going to show you how to do it, since I didn't mention that in his video. The other transformations were mentioned in their respective reviews. Although I don't think I ever showed how to do them, but it's pretty easy, just a simple matter of folding them up. But anyway, to get the black lion ready to go, first we'll start with the legs. Start by folding up the feet all the way back, then folding out the connection pegs, making sure that the arrow on the peg lines up with the notch on the ankle joint. And that'll make sure that the leg is inserted into the lion correctly. Next, just fold it out, straighten it up, do the same with the other leg. Now, for the arms, just fold up the paws, twist the shoulder around, and bring the leg down, like so. Repeat for this side. Now, bring the wings up, hold them up, and move them onto the side. There's a notch on the leg, which the wing will just slot into. Repeat it with this side. And then, finally, push the chest, and voila, there's the head. Now, let's get this camera set up properly. Now, this guy's a big one, so I might have to adjust the camera again. Not sure I'm going to be able to get them all in one shot. At least not easily. So, let's get the legs. Oh yeah, don't forget to put the tail up. Along the back. Okay, so let's get these legs positioned. We'll just slide them on, like so. And they'll fit on very snugly. bringing this back a little bit more because he is so huge. Words don't really describe it, but he is huge. Now bring in the arms. And we'll get the other arm in. And as you can see, we have our Voltron put together. Yeah. And it is very hard to get him all in one shot because he is gigantic. I mean, just gigantic. Yeah. But yeah, it's I can't think of anything else to say right now. But it is an awesome looking figure. No doubt. I mean, but yeah, to get a good size comparison, let's bring out something that came out earlier this year. You may have heard of him, but the Make Toys Giant, who does not look very giant right now. Yeah, he's looking pretty tiny. Well, also, see about getting some other guys in the shot, and because I got a few others. So, one sec. Alright, so here we got our 23-inch tall Voltron standing behind the 25th anniversary Unicron figure, Fans Project Colossus, and Make Toys Giant. And Voltron's making them all look like small children. He is so big. It is unbelievable. But yeah, Voltron is that gigantic. I mean, just words can't really describe it. So, yeah, I guess we should look at his accessories now. Okay, so the first accessory we should go over is probably one of the most basic, is Voltron's lasing sword. So you can see it's a pretty long sword too. It actually goes right up to Voltron's chest. So it's a pretty good one. It's got a nice feel to it. It's it's pretty nice. Nice silver. Got the blue on the bottom. Have Voltron's seal on the on the hilt or the guard. And it's a very good silver, very shiny. So it looks like a real nice setup. And that fits right into the arm of the, or right into the mouth of the red lion or the blue or green lion, whichever you want to use to hold it. I'm going with red. Now there's a hole right here, or a peg right on the hilt of the sword. Sorry, it's a little dark, but yeah, there's a peg on the hilt of the sword, and there's a hole right in the top of the red lion's mouth. So once you put it in, just make sure that the peg is plugged into that hole, and it will hold very nicely. He's got a nice firm grip on his sword. And now we get to one of the little problems. Holding that sword makes Voltron very front heavy. And the best way to get him to stand right is to just bring one of the legs forward. And that'll help keep him balanced. Like, you don't have to bring it up very far, just enough to click one of the knees and you're good. But yeah, that sword holds very nice. And it looks pretty good. You can see that it's taken up my entire studio pretty much. But yeah. The next accessory is the Collect and Connect blazing sword. Now this one is a bit thicker than the normal, and really it's a bit heavier, and it's very nice though. And it's got this translucent flaming bit going through it, which is a softer plastic than the rest of the sword, but looks pretty nice. And aside from being a bit thicker, it's pretty much the same as the standard sword that comes with Voltron. So if you want to pose them with a more powered up version, this would be a nice way to go. I'm going to put it to the side for now. And finally, Voltron's other accessory would be his shield. And this is done very nicely. It has a great paint job, although it's mostly made of a soft rubbery plastic, so it's very gummy. That's one of the words I've heard described as. And it's very pliable. Still, you can just easily put it into the mouth of the Green Lion. Uses the same peg and port set system that the sword does. And just plugs in, very nice and easy. And then you got your shield. So Voltron's all armed up, ready to go. And he looks nice doing it. Okay, so for this guy's articulation, we've been seeing a little bit, but he has head, left, right, movement on the head. A little bit of up and down, although the jaw moves with it. Part of an automorph, I guess. He has ratcheted shoulder joints. They can go out just a little bit. Got about 2 clicks out. He has a waist joint. Just clicks like 1 click each way. Boy. And those joints are very solid. It's kind of tough to move them. Yeah, he has got ratcheted elbow joints, somewhat ratcheted wrists, and I'm sure if you have some of these lions, you notice that the red lion is a little bit tighter, but not as much as I thought it would be. No. Oops. Yeah, the sword gave before the legs did, at least. Oh well. I guess we can put in the Blazing Edition now. Kind of telling me he wants it. At least that's what I'm taking him dropping the older sword. So yeah. Here's what he looks like with the Blazing Sword. Looks pretty good. I'll try to take some more close-ups at the end of the video. This is just, it's kind of hard to do this. But yeah. He's got ratchets at the hips. They can move out a little bit. Ah, boy, the leg popped out. Okay. It's only got one bend at the knee. But, yeah. And those feet can move around a little bit too because they have the joints at the heads. But, yeah. Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. He has some rotation at the thighs as well. So if you want to give a little bit more like that. If you want to add more personality. But yeah, he's posable. It's going to take a little work to get him to pose, but it's still, I think it could work out pretty nicely. But anyway, let's get a couple more shots of him with some of his past versions. Starting with the masterpiece Voltron, which really still is one of the best looking, like, fully transformable Voltrons, but obviously not the biggest. And then let's go old school with the Trendmasters reissue of the original. Let's see, yeah, you can see he's a lot bigger than those two. And then, last but not least, well, okay, not even last really, but yeah, here we have the Panache Place Voltron. If I can get the, there we go, a masterpiece to work with me. Yeah, but as you can see, he's bigger than all of them. And just for fun, we're gonna put him also with one of my favorites. And that would be, let's get the Panache Place out of the way real quick, because he's just too big. And we'll put him with the 5-inch Classics Voltron Blazing Sword Edition that started off the Voltron Classics line. And it's pretty impressive to go from this little guy all the way up to that big dude. Yeah. I mean, it is very impressive. I mean, this is probably going to be one of the biggest figures I ever get. I mean, unless I get Fortress Maximus, which I'm going to try to do. But yeah, this might even be bigger than Fort Max. But anyway, this might be a bit of a long drawn out review, but I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And I really recommend this guy. If you can find him, go for him. And Voltron is one of my favorite robots out there, so this is definitely a privilege for me to review it. If you do get this guy, just watch out for the spring-loaded arm joints, as they will pop out from time to time when you're trying to move them. So you gotta keep an eye out on that. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. I've enjoyed making it. And I guess I'll see you guys later with a review for something else. Take care, have fun, and bye-bye.